Hey friends, hope you're doing well. It's my privilege to do the next devotional from Hope Valley. My name's Alan Motes, if you don't know me. It is going on 8.5 weeks now since we have been put in quarantine, if you will, or the stay-at-home type orders. I know it's lessening some now, and what that's going to look like is so up in the air, and there's so many different views and opinions out there on it. And I wanted to just bring a pretty simple encouragement for us today. I know throughout this whole process, no matter what, people ask me, how you doing today? And I'm like, ask me tomorrow. It kind of depends on the day. Some days are great. Some days are not good. Sometimes I can answer probably all at the same time because my life has gotten too compartmentalized sometimes in my soul, where part of me is doing really well, part struggling, part is improving, things like that. But what has brought me hope throughout is that God is still God, and He has not changed, and He is still good, and He is unwavering, and He's unsurprised, and He's not caught off guard by any of this, and He's the object of our faith. And so, if we put all of our trust in and everything we have into Him, we know that's an amazing investment that will not return badly, but will be something that is always accomplished for what He wants to do with it. And so as I kind of was praying today of what to share, I went to Acts chapter 17. This is one of my favorite passages ever. Paul is in Athens, and he goes to one of the meeting areas there where they debate philosophy and different things, and he stands up to share with all of them. And I'm going to start in verse 22. Paul then stood up in the meeting of the Areopagus and said, "Men of Athens, I see that in every way you are very religious. For as I walked around and looked carefully at your objects of worship, I even found an altar with this inscription, 'To an unknown God.' Now what you worship as something unknown, I'm going to proclaim to you." Verse 24. "The God who made the world and everything in it is the Lord of heaven and earth, and does not live in temples built by human hands. And He is not served by human hands as if He needed anything, because He Himself gives all men life and breath and everything else." I want to stop there. Like, He is the source of all of it. In fact, it talks about that in John, where it says that everything that was made through Him and by Him, and in Him it holds together. Like, we literally, at any moment God wanted to just go, "No, this is over," we would go, being ceased to exist. So if the creator of everything is still completely in charge of this, and it's completely held together through Him, that's encouraging to me, because He's not done. And He's saying here that He gives life and breath and everything else. So it's through Him that we even live and exist. Verse 26, "From one man He made every nation of men, that they should inhabit the whole earth. And He determined the exact times set for them and the exact places in which they should live." I love this. It's always encouraged me, because it's saying He knew exactly where I would live and when I would live there. He knew I'd be in Denver, Colorado at this time during COVID, before the world was even started. He knew the exact boundaries and times of our lands, where we were living, our purposes, our identities, the whole nine. And so that encouraged me, because He's not caught off guard. And no matter what I feel or what I can see, or no matter how much I'm struggling, that hasn't changed. And it brings me back to this place of stability and hope again. And this is why, verse 27, "God did this so that men would seek Him and perhaps reach out for Him and find Him, though He is not far from each one of us." We need to seek out and find Him. He is the source of all truth. He's the source of what's going to bring stability and hope and faith and everything else. The fact that we can even declare Jesus as Lord, it says it's empowered by the Holy Spirit to even do that. So the ability to even worship Him comes from Him to worship Him. The ability to have hope and truth and all that, it comes from Him, and we have to seek Him and reach out and continue to knock, and the door will be open. I could go on and on and on and on. But you get the point there, is that He determined everything, and He wants everyone to go to Him for the source. He is the creator. The creation cannot understand Himself apart from the creator. It'd be like us being created to be a bicycle and then telling the creator, "No, I'm a toaster." How well is that going to work? And we do this all the time, where we try to live without Him, without His instruction booklet, His directions, His understanding of what He created us to be. And so we should seek out and find Him. And I believe it's going to bring so much hope and truth and faith and stability and peace into our souls. For in Him we live and move and have our very being. As some of your own prophets have said, we are His offspring. So Paul just blunt with them, like, you only are alive because of this God you don't know. And we know this God. And man, how great is that? Because of Jesus, we can boldly become before His throne of grace and seek Him and know Him and be His sons and daughters and intimately be in relation with Him. And only in that place will we find the hope, the encouragement, the wisdom, the ability to long suffer through this and endure whatever it could come to be in the next months and whatever. And so I encourage us, remember, He knew the times and places you would live. All life is through him. He knows exactly the thing, and he wants us to reach out and seek him and find him for that clarity. Blessings. If you guys need anything, let us know. We're here for you. Goodbye.